This was perhaps one of the most entertaining and thrilling dramas to come out this year. All 12 episodes were full of twists and turns that made it a worthy binge over the weekend. Let's dive into what happened with the ending of Celebrity. If you're into Asian dramas and K-pop like we are, consider subscribing as we get together every week to cover our favorite dramas and K-pop groups, and we'd greatly appreciate it if you hit that like to help support our channel. So did we learn the lesson? Did we get the message loud and clear? Out of all the dramas that come out to try to take a stab at giving us some kind of social allegory about social status, hierarchy, and the dangers of social media and what it can do to one's mental health, this drama managed to do it in an entertaining way. It didn't feel tired, and it entertained us with the right amount of intrigue that kept us glued to our screens. Don't worry about all the minute details and the many plot holes the story might have had, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So how did Soari manage to put all of her enemies away? When it all seemed lost for her, she found a way to expose them by using the very same method that made them rich and powerful. She stages her own death, then puts together a master plan to tell the entire truth through a series of live streams, which sets the whole country on fire. Using deepfake technology, Jun-sun rises to the occasion to play as Ari and spills all the tea. While everyone is freaking out, it also brings their guard down, with Ari's brother tracking down the one person that caused the most damage. BBB famous. We already know when it came to Chahi, Angela, and Jinnah, the so-called Gabin Society, their reputation would come crashing down like a sledgehammer, but it felt really satisfying to finally see Chahi get her just desserts. And of course, we didn't forget about Minhee. Seeing her and her crooked husband go down was indeed one of the most satisfying endings to the show. Know your place. A lowlife like you should do what they're told. Don't mess with the world that you don't belong to. Ari made it her mission to break those boundaries and achieve ultimate success in her own way. She lit the flame of jealousy, greed, and hubris from not only the Gabin Society, but also people in general, the trolls, the people that love to hate just for the sake of hating others. She was the sounding board for all of those that felt disenfranchised with what social media has done in today's society. And it's a great lesson in general. When you watch a drama like this, it kind of makes you think a little bit about our own relationships with our devices. But of course, it's an entertaining drama that's meant to entertain you, and the way that they told the story was absolutely entertaining. But definitely the most evil person out of the bunch was Jin Tae-jun, and it wasn't until his very own right-hand man was cornered by Han Jung-kyung, which forced him to give up his boss. It was Tae-jun's pride that caused his eventual downfall. After all, he created the chain of events that resulted in all of this chaos. By trying to cover up the drug overdose, his actions were the catalyst that set everything in motion. But it was BBB Famous who pretty much orchestrated everything, as we find out her true identity as she planned and executed Soari's rise and downfall in her dingy and dilapidated apartment. It was only a matter of time before they found out who and where she was. Distracted by the live streams, they were able to lure her in so that they could hack their way into finding her identity and location. Cornered and nowhere to go, Lee Eun-cha, aka BBB Famous, gives us one last speech about the reality of this world. She plunges herself through the window in the hopes to end her life, but luckily somehow only managed a few injuries. And what about the deepfake? Did you guess that one right? Because it was a stroke of genius that totally surprised us at the end. It was so obvious that it wasn't. But at least Jung-sun found a way to make up to Ari after all of the hate comments she gave just to let off some stress. We find out that it was all planned by Ari in the first place, and it worked perfectly. With all of her enemies seemingly ruined and behind bars, we get a final glimpse of another surprise cameo from none other than 2PM's Junho. Will there be a second season that focuses on his journey into fame? Only time will tell. Special shout out to Yuchi from G-Idol. She had an amazing role in this drama and she was so good in it. That is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave us a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and tap that bell so you know we post new videos. And once again, this is what we're watching this Sunday. We'll see you next time.